Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have a very interesting update for you guys about a lawsuit involving the 2020 election. So, One America News Network has finally admitted to their audience that they lied. On Monday, Trump's other propaganda channel, OAN, they ran a 30-second ad essentially, and it informed their viewers that there was, quote, no widespread voter fraud in Georgia. The segment told the viewers that there was an investigation that had been undertaken by state officials and, quote, the results of this investigation indicate that Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Shea Moss did not engage in ballot fraud or criminal misconduct. And it ends by saying, quote, a legal matter with this network and the two election workers has been resolved to the mutual satisfaction of the parties through a fair and reasonable settlement. So this appears to be part of their settlement agreement with Ms. Freeman and Ms. Moss. You may recall that these two women were just basic election workers. One of them was even part-time, I think, or a temporary worker at a Georgia facility, and they were relentlessly targeted. They were just harassed beyond belief by Trump's election denier fanatics. I mean, even someone who worked for Kanye West got in on the whole thing and threatened Ruby Freeman. And they became targets after Trump propaganda networks and blogs and his minions, like the Gateway Pundit and OAN, kept repeatedly mentioning them on air. And they shared these fairy tales told by Trump and all of his people. They accused Freeman and Moss of hiding ballots under the tables and then running them through the machines when people weren't looking, when election supervisors were gone. So of course, MAGA world went ballistic. They did none of their own research because they never do. And they started making death threats. And it got so bad that the FBI even got involved. And they went and they warned both Freeman and Moss that, hey, you need to get out of here. You need to go into hiding for your own safety, because they had heard that these election deniers were planning to surround their homes. So Freeman and Moss have sued the website, the Gateway Pundit, Rudy Giuliani, and then also OAN for defamation. And in addition to suing OAN as a corporation, they had also sued the owners, and they sued their chief White House correspondent. That was in December of last year. Well, just last month, a few months later, 4 months after they filed these lawsuits, OAN caves. OAN settles this lawsuit out of court, and now they make this on-air admission that they lied. So the lawsuits against Giuliani and the Gateway Pundit are still ongoing. I'll let you know, of course, when I hear more on those. But MAGA got pissed off at Fox when they started to tell the truth about the election, and they moved over to OAN and Newsmax. Now that OAN is being forced to admit the truth, their only safe space is Newsmax, I guess. You have to wonder if this admission is even going to make a difference, because from everything I've read and heard about cults, cult members, it doesn't matter. You can present them with all kinds of facts, and they're just going to twist themselves into pretzels to continue denying what's staring them in the face, because they want to keep believing in the cult leader. There's something they're missing in their lives that this cult fulfills and these beliefs fulfill. So don't expect this to make a difference, but I would really love to hear how they explain away the fact that OAN didn't even try to take this matter to court. They didn't even put up a tiny fraction of a fight. I mean, again, this was filed in December. They settle it in April. So, I mean, if OAN and Trump's people have all the evidence to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the election fraud actually took place and that Freeman and Moss took part in that fraud down in Georgia, you would think that they'd be eager to go to court, right? They'd want to show all their evidence in court for the whole world to see. And you'd think that they'd be equally eager to get these people on the witness stand and to gather even more evidence from them in the discovery phase. Gosh, I just can't understand why AON would settle so quickly when these election fraud stories are totally and completely legitimate. And the election was obviously stolen from Trump. And I cannot wait to see the retractions on the Gateway Fraud It website. Those idiots even used one of my January 6 videos to try to prove that one of Trump's insurrectionists did nothing wrong. That's how much research they do and how much they research their sources. They saw my video and they just took it and used it. They didn't even bother to look at what my channel is all about. It's too good. It's too good. It's so typical. Anyway, guys, when I hear more about Giuliani and the Gateway Fraud It, I will let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.